Yeah, I know what you're saying. I thought you quit the Loud House. Well, no. I decided to take that back. Hi everyone, it's me Gaming Dew, and today, yeah, I'm back to Loud House videos, and I know what you're saying. Why did you say you were gonna quit when you were just gonna come back the following week? Well, because I realized a crazy concept. I was wrong. I was wrong for just completely leaving this show because I was a little bit frustrated with the show at this current moment. I wasn't really that livid with it. It just got me frustrated over the past few months or so. The only point where the show got me really upset is over what happened last August, but I pretty much let that go. So, I'm gonna move on with my fandom for the show, and I'm not quitting. That said, I don't know if I'm gonna be watching new episodes when season 6 premieres. It depends on the quality. I am gonna watch the premiere next week to see if the quality is better, and then probably the following episode. By then, I should have a good judgment of how season 6 is going to be. If I'm not impressed by those two episodes, I'm probably not going to watch new episodes because I am not too impressed with the newer episodes. But if they're like the older episodes or at least pretty close to it, I might continue watching it. We'll just have to wait and see. But right now, we are going to be ranking the 5 seasons that are out right now. Tonight is actually the premiere of the final episode of season 5, which has been leaked online for like months now. And I saw that, but, tonight it finally premieres on American TV. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Coming in at my number 5, I don't know if this is unpopular or not, but still, this is my opinion. I should have said that before, but you know the drill. Anyways, let's get started. Coming in at my number 5 is season 5. This, in my opinion, is when I felt the crew just didn't really care about this season. This season has good episodes like Season's Cheatings and especially Kernel of Truth for me. And it had good episodes like Camped too. But other than that, not only is this season where I realize this show is going downhill, this season is really boring. Especially because of the overabundance of Lincoln and his friend episodes. It's crazy. There's probably at least 10 episodes this season that have to do with Lincoln and his friends. That is when you know that there is way too many episodes about Lincoln and his friends. I would tone down on it in season 6, even though I think we're getting one. I believe it's the season premiere of season 6 is going to be a Lincoln and his friend episode. Great. Just great. If we get an overabundance of that, I might also stop watching new episodes just because of that. Well, if they're, I don't know. But I'm sick of those kinds of episodes. And what about episodes with the sisters? Well, I can't necessarily say they're as good as even season 4, which we'll talk about where that places soon, but even season 4's episodes were better because at least they had some semblance to seasons 1 through 3, and while it was overall a big downhill from the first 3 seasons, it still had some semblance to the Loud House for me. Season 5, in my opinion, just feels like a completely different show. Lenny got a fair bit stupider in my opinion, and most of her jokes are just cringeworthy, especially the ones in Schooled. Um, Characters like Luna and Lori barely get any focus this season. Lori kind of does, but especially Luna. And You mainly see episodes from Lisa, Lynn, and the twins, and Lucy, and kind of Luann. But there's a lot of siblings this season that don't get a lot of focus. I mean, some didn't get as much focus on as others in the first 3 seasons, but they got pretty close in the amount of episodes, so I can forgive them. Here, it's just ridiculous. You should have varied the episodes a little more. And my last problem with this season is that it's just not funny anymore. None of the jokes really made me laugh in season 5. And they're mostly just jokes that make me cringe. And also, I can't believe how long this season has been going on. This season premiered over a year and a half ago, and it's just ending. Just ending. Like, it seems like it's the longest lasting season of the show. Alright, what I'm actually going to do real quick is I'm going to split the scenes real quick. I'm sorry for that, but this will make it a little easier for me. But, anywho, Season 5, in my opinion, is the worst season of the show for just a big downhill spiral for me. And it made me realize this show is just not the same anymore. Coming in at number 4, we have Season 4. While I think this is a better season than Season 5, I gotta say Season 4, for the most part, is really where the show started to go downhill. The episodes just don't feel the same anymore. It feels like the humor got stupider and the characters sort of got stupider. And while there wasn't as much focus as Season 5's overabundance of Lincoln and his friends episodes, Season 4 still had maybe a little too many Lincoln and his friends episodes. Like, you maybe got 2 or 3 a season in seasons 1 through 3. There's probably at least 5 or 6 this season. I don't really remember, but there was probably a few too many, nowhere near as many as Season 5. But they're just maybe a little too many. Characters who I once adored have gone downhill, in my opinion, this season. Mainly Lenny. Lenny, I'm just gonna spoil it, is no longer my favorite character in the Loud House. Oh, ho, 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 that is something you would have never have expected to come out of my mouth. But it's true. Next week, I'm going to be making a siblings ranking, and you're going to see who comes over her. Spoilers, it's not that much of a shock. But some of them might be. Her episodes are actually nowhere near as good as her episodes in the first 3 seasons. Leader of the Rack was alright, but Don't You Forget About Me is one of my least favorite episodes of Season 4. It just makes Lenny out to be very self-centered, and I can't believe she would act like that. And just like Season 5, the humor is just stupid here. One thing is that Season 5's humor might be slightly better than Season 4's. That's the only thing that I think Season 4 might be weaker at, but at the same time, they're both pretty bad on the humor department. So, to sum it up, Season 4 is number 4 because it's just when the show started to go downhill, and the show doesn't feel the same anymore. Alright, now we're getting on to the seasons I actually like, which there are more seasons I like of this show than dislike. I only dislike the 4th and 5th season. So coming in at number 3, we have the very first season, Season 1. Season 1, in my opinion, is very good. It's a very good season. But it is 3rd place and in the middle of the series for me because, one, the animation is not quite as good as the 2nd and 3rd season. but it's still pretty good. And the humor is not quite to the level of season 2, which has my favorite humor in the show. But this season does have one thing. This is the absolute peak of who used to be my favorite character of the show. Don't worry, she's still in the top 5. I still really like Lenny, but she's not quite my favorite character anymore. Lenny had her peak in season 1. All of her great moments were in this season, and they were hilarious. From her talking about her favorite color being zebra, to her backup song, to just all of these moments you know from Lenny, most of them come from season 1. Except one really hilarious scene in season 2, which probably is my favorite Lenny joke of all time. But we'll get into that when we talk about season 2. There's a lot to like. Most of the siblings are actually very likable this season. I think this is actually kind of Lincoln's best season because he kind of feels the smartest in this season. But I do have another pretty big negative with this season. This does have probably the most episodes of just the siblings not getting along and fighting, which is something you know I'm not a huge fan of. Sometimes it can be funny, but especially here, most of them are just fails. And they kind of ruin the episodes of this season. But, you know what? I still thoroughly enjoy this season way more than seasons 4 and 5. So I'm going to give number 3 to season 1. And our runner-up is season 3. Season 3 is very personal to me because this is the season where I got into the show. It was January 2018 when the first episode, Roadie to Nowhere, premiered. And I watched a few episodes of the show before that, but this is the episode that made me fall in love with the show. Along with, I believe, A Fridge Too Far premiered that day too, which was also a pretty good episode. It had some of the siblings fighting, but it was in a very funny way, so it wasn't really offensive or anything. This season not only is my second favorite season because it's very personal to me, but it's got a lot of really good episodes. In particular, Everybody Loves Lenny, Shop Girl, Selfie Improvement. I know a lot of people don't like this episode, but I actually find it very good. Fandom Pains. They got, oh boy, this one's not gonna make me any friends, but, I like Predictability. I like, Head Poets Anxiety. That's one of the best this season. There's a lot of really good episodes from season 3. A lot of them. The only reason why this is the runner-up and not why it's number 1 is purely because the last little bit of this season, which I'm talking from like, I don't know, what was that episode called? Stage Play Onward kind of feels like it's starting to get into season 4 territory, which is not the fondest thing for me. But other than that, season 3 is a very special season for me, and I love it. Probably more than most do. But coming in at number 1 for me, this is Peak Loud House. It's season 2. Season 2, in my opinion, is where they just balanced everything the absolute best. The humor, the characters, the episodes. The only big complaint I have about this season is Brawl in the Family. But if you take that and you take episodes like No Such Luck out of the way, this is pretty much a season of hits. So many great episodes. L is for Love, Garage Band, Snow Way Out. There's just so many great episodes this season. They all land. All the characters have their moments to shine. They're all likable. The humor is pretty much at its peak here, with my favorite joke being Lenny's joke about constipation in Party Down. That is literally the one time the Loud House made me fall on the floor laughing. I'll admit it. That was an amazing joke. I just wish the show would still be like this to this day. Because season 2 is the peak of the entire show for me. I love this season and will always love this season because it offers the best episodes, it offers the best of the characters, and it's just a great balance to the point where it is my favorite season of The Loud House. So I hope you guys like this video. I know I said I wasn't going to be doing Loud House videos anymore, but come on. I'm known for it. How can I quit this show? And I'm not going to. So, for the next little while, we will actually be getting Loud House videos once a week. Next week is going to be a re-ranking of all the Loud siblings. You're going to see a very different ranking there, as my opinions have changed the past few months especially, but you'll see that soon. Until then, enjoy this video, enjoy my previous Loud House videos. The next direct video is actually going to be something pretty interesting. I don't know if a majority of my audience is going to like it, but it's going to be my geography book collection, but stay tuned for that and all the other videos coming up. Gaming Do here. See you later. Bye.